Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Haut Beyleron here in Farming Simulator 22 with me, CWATTY. I am heading off to the store because I need a new piece of equipment. I've done my lime spreading, I've done my mulching, I've even done a bit of landscaping of a field, and a bit of other stuff since the end of the last video. However, basically I've got a field over here that needs ploughing. So I figured, seeing as I have a great big field that needs ploughing, I probably should come and get a great big plough, because my little 4-meter one probably isn't cutting it. Isn't going to cut it. Now, bearing in mind, my tractor is 325 horsepower. What are we going to get? We could get a 9-meter plough. We could get a 6-meter plough. We could always also get John Deere 6.8-meter plough. Again, probably more suited to being in the Elm Creek Let's Play than this one. I think we go for the Lizard. Go with Massey Ferguson. Yeah, I'll do. Cost me 20 grand nearly. While I'm here, get some fuel, get some lovely liquid dinosaur bones, fill the tractor back up to full. Right, and then we've got some ploughing to do. Now, I'm going to swing by the farm first of all. Because there's a field to finish off, which is the one that I have actually joined together. That I said I was going to join together, my two fields. I have ploughed the edges, and I've ploughed the little bit of road in between, in the middle, between the two fields. So they are. It is technically one field now. However, I haven't actually ploughed the majority of the field. So kind of need to do that at this point. Auto whip has done 9 meters. I'm going to do 8.5. And I prefer to do 8.5. Right. So yeah, I'm just going to plough this field. Start with. As you can see from the texture, the lime and everything, I have done the edges already. I have kind of borrowed a little bit of land on each edge of the field, so the field's got a little bit wider and a little bit longer anyway, as well as obviously me joining it together down the middle. And then obviously we're going to have to come and do the stone picking. On this field. Unfortunately this corner's not great. I kind of, with the road being like it is, I did run out of room. But yeah, I'm quite happy with how things are going thus far. Here in year 2, obviously it's July still. Probably ought to put the time scale up again. I've had it quite slowed down as I've been doing messing about on the fields and stuff. So I might sell that trailer because I'm not using it really for anything. So I may end up selling that. In fact, actually, there's 2 trailers I probably will sell. My pallet trailer that I've had for pallets, I'm probably going to sell that too. Because it's a little bit big and I haven't used it for a long time, because obviously I have my greenhouses set to auto sell. However, I do kind of want a smaller trailer, pallet trailer, that I can use to sell my flour that I'm currently producing over at my grain mill. Yeah, forgot all about that, hadn't you? You forgot all about the grain mill making its flour. So, we obviously need to keep our eye on that. And there's that sound again, which sounds a bit like a helicopter taking off. That the tractor makes every so often. Strange sound effect. Oh, ploughing, ploughing, ploughing. Doesn't take long when you've got a proper sized tool. of course, I've just lime spreaded every field at this point, because I noticed after I'd been and lime spreaded our field on the left there and did the mulching and everything, it was actually the field in front of us that needed to be lime spreaded. And then of course, because I've ploughed the edges of this field, joined it together, it had some strips that needed lime spreading, so I figured I'm just going to lime spread the whole lot. I'm not going to muck about doing, you know, just the bits that I've ploughed with the create field option turned on. A lovely summer's sunny day here in mid-July. Oh, sorry, second day of July. That's something I need to mention as well. I've been caught out by that since the patch 1.2 update. Since we got patch 1.2 drop for the game, Giants have changed the way the days are numbered and days are counted now when you're playing with seasons. Previously, I was obviously I'm playing with 3-day seasons, and previously we would get something like, it would say probably, you know, 6th of July would be like first day, then the second day of July would probably be around about maybe the, you know, the 15th, might be 15th of July, and then the third day of July would probably be something like the 28th of July, to simulate going through the month, and the fact that I'm playing like a shortened monthly cycle. I'm only playing 3-day months, so it kind of divides the date, divided the month up a bit, and you know, you had. And like you probably saw in September, like we started off on like probably September, you know, like September the 1st, and then the next day was like September the 11th, and then the next day after that it was probably September the 28th, you know. And that was fine, that worked really well. I had no problem with that. I actually, you know, that was great. Now, since patch 1.2, the days, your season, if you're playing 3-day seasons, then the first day of the month is the 1st. The second day of the month is the 2nd. And the third day of the month, your final day, is the 3rd. So your monthly calendar now only counts up as high as the number of days that you are playing. So for example, for me, it says July 2nd at the top of the screen. That does not mean it is July 2nd. That means it's the second week, second period of the month, which means I'm halfway through the July month. When I sleep today, it will then go to the 3rd and final day of July. It will say July 3rd, July 3 tomorrow, and that will be the final day of July. And then after that, it will go to August. And as I say, I'm finding that a little bit confusing. It's caught me out a little bit on it caught me out actually on the multiplayer server, because I logged on the other evening to the multiplayer server, saw it was August 3, and thought to myself, it's alright, it's first day of August, plenty of time to get stuff done, don't need to panic about getting all the jobs done in one go and everything, I can take it pretty steady. So I did I did a few bits and pieces around the map, and then I went and slept, and then of course it was September, and I was like, oh dear, what's gone wrong? So yeah, that's something to be mindful of, people. The day counter now doesn't actually kind of average out and sort of make a lot of sense. Unless, like I say, unless you're playing 28-day months, you're not going to see the high date counts. So, yeah, it's a bit weird that Giants decided to make that change for whatever reason. I certainly had no issue with the way the days worked before, and the way the days incremented. It certainly helped me, you know. It made it easier to believe that you were splitting the month into like three periods. You know, you're dividing the month into thirds, and you had a, you know, you had a date at the beginning of the month, and then you had a date in the middle of the month, and then you had a date at the end of the month to indicate which third of the month you were in. If you're playing 3-day seasons, obviously if you're playing 4-day seasons, then the month would be split 25%, 50%, 75%, 100%, you know. And then it would probably have picked a date from each week. So the first week of the month, it would pick a day between 1 and 7. The second week of the month, it would pick a day between 8 and 14. The third week of the month, it would have picked a day between 15 and 21. And then the final week of the month, it would have picked a date between the 22nd and 28th. You know? So, yeah, a bit weird that Giants decided to change that. Haven't quite got used to that yet. I've got to remember now, when I glance at the info in the upper right hand corner of the screen, that I've got to remember it's actually keeping track of the number after the month is now the day. So we are exactly halfway through the month currently, and I've only got 1 day left in this July period. We'll then be in August, and obviously we'll be able to plant some crops from the August period. Got our some ploughing done. I love the dirt texture coming out of the plough, look, as you're ripping along the ground. And loads of stones to pick up in after we've done this as well. We're going to have 2 fields worth of stones to pick up. Pity I don't have the building that makes the stone crusher building that makes the lime. I have it installed, I have the mod installed, I have obviously just haven't purchased one and placed one anywhere yet, but it's an option. Give me something to do with my stones. Trouble is, we don't really have a lot of room around the farm here for placeables. That's the only kind of negative for this farm in its current in its current state. Again, hopefully in the future, as I acquire more fields, the fields here in this area will become less essential to me, which means I might be able to repurpose them and use them for such things as putting placeables on them. Certainly getting our other animal husbandries in place in time will be very important. Yeah, if we head over here now to the next field that needs ploughing. And this is the bad boy. I have done, obviously, as you can maybe see from around the edge of this field and around the edge of the map, that I have done some more terraforming and landscaping. I've actually changed the size of this field and the shape of it. I wasn't happy with the wobbly edge that I put on this field originally, so I've actually reshaped it and reprofiled it again. I've also taken the field a little bit further towards the beehives. I was actually thinking and considering the possibility of maybe selling the beehives, and then I was going to take this field right the way up towards the top there. I would have to remove that one tree though, that's the only thing. That one tree would need to be removed. And I've come down here and I've reshaped this edge down here, and it's, you know, it's no longer completely straight, perfectly, you know, 90 degrees straight. And obviously there's more of a slope now up towards the road there. Basically this whole field has kind of sunk down a bit as I've basically leveled it, completely flattened it. I got rid of all the dips and the hills and the hollows that were all over the field and the land around the field. So yeah, definitely improved it. I think for the future. Amazing, I'm not getting any stones. My plough is not bringing up any stones. That's rather... oh, it brought up a couple there. Well, that's interesting. We've not had many stones being created. I'm gonna have to stone pick, obviously, but I'm not really seeing a lot of stones coming up out of the ground here, despite the fact I'm ploughing. How odd. How odd. I thought every time you ploughed, you'd be pulling up stones out of the ground. You know, it's the kind of downside to ploughing, in a sense. That the ploughing, obviously being deep soil manipulation and rotation, ends up bringing the stones to the surface. But I guess maybe because we ploughed this field prior to... Did we plough it? No, we've never ploughed this field. Have we? I can't remember. Maybe it's because I've terraformed it and because I've flattened it all and leveled it all and planted stuff on it. And maybe that's why we're not getting any stones, you know. I basically deleted the whole field that was here, reset it back to grass meadow. This whole area was grass meadow, and then I've basically come in with the cultivator, created field, created this big field, and now after having created the field with the cultivator, the game tells me that the ground needs ploughing. That's one aspect of the cultivators create field mod that the mod authors never managed to kind of resolve or correct. It was the same in FS19 that when you use the cultivator with the cultivator create field mod to be able to create fields using cultivators, unfortunately, having created the field, it showed as needed ploughing. Whereas if you create a field using a plough, obviously it doesn't. So it was always a bit weird in FS19 that you created a field with a cultivator and then you had to get a plough because it had the needs ploughing status on it. So you ended up having to work the field twice in short succession. Seems that's the case here in FS22 then as well, with the way that mod works, because it's not been fixed. It would be nice if when you use the cultivator with the create fields option enabled, it removed the ploughing. It basically functioned as a plough. So not only does it create actual field, but it removes the needs ploughing status. I don't know if that's possible to do or not. It might be a case of it would probably need some kind of scripting. It would need some kind of script to do that, I suppose. Because basically the cultivators function as cultivators in their normal use, but the minute you hit the button to allow create fields, you would then be switching them over into a plough. You'd be switching their function. So yeah, you'd probably need a script for that, and I wonder if the guy doesn't do a script because he likes the fact that he can keep the mod on consoles as well as PC without a script. Obviously, as it is 11:30 nearly here on Christmas Eve as I'm recording this episode, I haven't checked to see if the courseplay mod has been released yet for FS22. The devs have said they're going to release it today as a bit of a Christmas gift to the community, the very first early sort of preview version of courseplay with limited functionality, but it will give people a chance to have a play around and see how courseplay's being rewritten and changed and updated to work with this new game. As I said in the last video, it is going to be incorporated into the main game menu here. Courseplay is going to have its own menu entry, which is going to sit between the AI worker, the active workers menu here, and the crop calendar. So it's going to add an extra menu to your menu. Interesting. Well, the one good thing is then, if I'm not getting loads of stones on this field, It's not going to take me a lot of time to do stone picking, is it? Yeah, I'm not getting. I've only got a little bit of stones. Look down the bottom. I'll probably able to get this field seeded in August. So in 2 days' time, we can maybe plant the canola on it, ready for the following year. I think it's canola we do, isn't it? In August, yeah. Canola can be planted in August. Then takes basically a full year to grow. Wowzers. So yeah, we'll be planting the canola on this field, as I guess we will be harvesting over on the other one. Yeah, it's a bit strange how we've not produced stones over here. Right, let a worker take over, because this guy can assist me with stone picking this field then next to me. It's my lovely LO. This is a slightly modified LO, as you can see from the pickup area. It's been slightly widened by the person that created it. The one thing I'm a little bit disappointed about, I thought it was going to have extensions on the pickups, the arms. Because I know there is a mod that does that. The iconic one has extensions for the arms. Thought this one was going to be the same. But unfortunately, doesn't seem to be the case. Good news is it's not going to take us very long at all to get these stones picked up. This machine's fairly quick. Plenty of stones going in your bucket. Nearly 5,000 litres of stones of this one field. Yeah, a couple of rows to go. Last row. And the field is de-stoned. And I just need to go and do that one little bit across the bottom of our other field. Or beehives, acting as a bit of a yield bonus for the fields within 150 metre range of the beehives. Gives the fields a little bit of a bonus to their yield. Tripping up on all these little flipping wooden signs. Right, I think what I need to do the bits he's missed. Have a quick look. And a bit up the top here that he's missed as well. There we go. That should be. Plough needs ploughing removed. Needs ploughing removed. Okay, I just need to remove the stones from the bottom edge. What this fella's going to do for me now. Yeah, we're not picking up any more stones now. I'm not going to do the whole field, there's not really a lot of point to it. Just going to do the bit along bottom here. This was where the stones were. Want to make sure that the stones are dealt with. There we go. Plenty of stones. I can hang on to them for the time being, just in case I decide that I do want to get myself a lime making machine. There we go. Stones into the silo for storage and safekeeping. Right, well, we've reached the end of today's episode, everybody. We've got all the fields really re-prepped. Fields are re-prepped, including 37. We just need to do cultivating on 37 next. Having mulched it, we need to do the next step on that field. But that's it, folks, for today's episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please make sure you've clicked that like button for me. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel and you have your notification bell enabled. Feel free to leave me your comments, questions, suggestions, feedback, etc. in the comment section down below this video. And don't forget to share the video with everyone you know and everywhere you can. And I look forward to seeing you all in the next episode, where it will be day 3 of July. So we'll have a little bit to do in July. As I say, I'm going to be getting rid of this trailer and getting another one, and then we're going to go and check out the flour production. So come back and join me for that episode. For now, everybody, take care of yourselves and stay safe. I will see you all in the not too distant future. Thank you. Goodbye for now.